Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Daybreakers, and guests. I'm going to share with you a story about Patty. Patty is someone who is dear to me. As I tell the story, I ask that you put yourself in Patty's place. Walk her shoes and her feelings. At a very young age, Patty had a hard time bonding with people. She had a difficult time in school. She was unable to keep up with her classmates. She would often lash out at people, which made her the target for bullying. The teachers pushed her through each grade, and she did graduate. Where do you go now? With a high school diploma, she gets a job in a factory. She works nights. She works in a dark room, and she spools film. For 25 years, she does this. And then the company folds. Her job is terminated, and she loses her job. She is unemployed. She goes home, she's crying, and she goes into depression. Where do you go now? A family member gets her a job scanning documents in the corner of the office. This lasts for 6 years until the company folds, and yet again, she is unemployed. Sinking further into depression, she loses her home because she cannot pay the bills, and she has moved into an apartment. For the next 5 years, she has depression, anxiety. She is unable to properly take care of herself, becomes morbidly obese, and has arthritis that she can hardly walk, and is unable to become motivated to look for a job. With credit collectors after her, she is evicted from the apartment. Where do you go now? A family member says that she can move in with them for 6 months. It is now 2 years later. During the last 2 years, Patty has applied for the Department of Human Services and did receive food stamps. She received no source of income. To receive income, she would have to go through the work search program. This requires, on some given weeks, to submit over 20 applications. You must be eligible for that job, as well as the company must be hiring. Patty does not drive, so she is limited to companies that are on a bus route. She attempts this program multiple times, but each time is not able to meet the requirements of submitting the number of applications, and she is dropped from the system. The sibling that she lives with can no longer support her and tells her that she must be out of the house by January of this coming year. Where do you go? Patty is on track to become homeless. In Monroe County, on any given night, there are 817 people that experience homelessness. Many of them are people with serious mental illness. Many of them are people that are victims of domestic violence. Many of them are veterans that have served this country. And many of them are children. Each person has a story just like Patty. The family has not given up hope, but are in search of community services that will be able to help Patty. As we celebrate the holidays, be open to the opportunities that are available in our community to make a difference in a person's life. Perhaps it's giving a stranger a smile as you pass them on the street. Believe me, it makes a difference and brightens their day. It could be telling someone you're proud of them and seeing them light up. And maybe it's volunteering for a one-time event to make a difference in the community. Mr. Toastmaster?
Homeless Bound. That was a project number 2 from your Storytelling Advanced Manual. Tell an original story based on a personal experience.